attending this New Becca clinical conversation meeting. And we are very much privileged to have Anupam Mahanta sir with us. Anupam Mahanta sir is consultant medical oncologist at Health City Hospital, as well as he is also a consultant medical oncologist in ESIC. Sir has done his specialization in medical oncology from one of the biggest pioneer institute in India, Rajiv Gandhi Medical Institute in Delhi, and he has got enormous experience in the field of medical oncology. So, with this, I would like to request Anupam Mahanta sir, so to give him the kind presentation.
So, good evening to all, and my thanks to Bea for the kind invitation. So,
Please send the
we'll,
slide. That's a mistake. Okay.
uh, so we have a brief discussion on uh, from the from metastatic hormone sensitive prostate cancer to metastatic CRPC. Can we delay the inevitable? So these are the different trials, landmark trials, which was approved in different years in the last just 10 years back. So it was started with Stumbet and started trial, which we all know that ADT is an integral part of treating prostate cancer. So it forms the backbone of all forms of treatment, whether chemotherapy or hormonal therapy. So it started with started in 2014 when docetaxel was used along with the ADT. Then in Stumpet Arm C, docetaxel ADT in 2015, and Stumpet Arm G, where abiraterone was combined with ADT. And in 2017, Latitude trial also combined abiraterone with ATD. And in 2019, ARCES trial, where another ARI, androgen receptor antagonist, enzalutamide was combined with ADT. And in 2019, we have Titan 10, where another apalutamide was combined with ADT. And in 2021, Peace Trial 1, where abiraterone was added with ADT with or without docetaxel or without radiation therapy. And from 2022 and 2024, we have darolutamide, which was combined initially with Erasant ADT along with docetaxel. And in 2024, there are two trials, Eranaut and Erasec, where darolutamide was used along with the ADT. Despite treatment with ARPI or an ADT or docetaxel and ADT, a large proportion of patients with metastatic hormone-sensitive prostate cancer will progress to metastatic CRPC within a period of around 3 years. Next slide. So there is definitely an unmet therapeutic need, which is an efficacious treatment that offers a differentiated and improved safety profile for patients with metastatic HSPC without adding significant toxicity and with a low drug-drug interaction potential. Erasens was a phase 3 study in combination with docetaxel, already showed beneficial efficacy and safety profile in metastatic HSPC patients, leading to its approval in India in 2023. And also darolutamide in combination with ADT would provide efficacy benefit with a favorable safety profile in metastatic HSPC patients, as demonstrated in a global phase 3 study, Eranaut trial, with a significant Indian patients. With the Eranaut data, darolutamide has the potential to change the treatment paradigm, as now it would be the only ARI which could be used with and without chemotherapy. Next slide. So with this background, darolutamide and ADT with docetaxel is a standard of care in metastatic HSPC, and in Erasens, this combination along with docetaxel demonstrated favorable efficacy and safety versus ADT and docetaxel alone in patients with metastatic HSPC. And Eranaut was designed to evaluate darolutamide and ADT versus ADT to provide a new treatment option for metastatic HSPC without docetaxel. Next slide. So this is the Aranode study design. It is a randomized double-blind placebo phase study in the patients were metastatic SSPC, histologically or cytologically confirmed adenocarcinoma of the process with ECOG PS 0 and 2, and the certification factors were visceral metastasis as assessed by the central review, present whether it is present or absent, and the prior local therapy, yes or no. And there are 2:1 randomization with darolutamide 600 milligram BD along with ADT, and the other arm was placebo along with the ADT. Primary endpoints are radiographic progression-free survival. Secondary endpoints, OS is the key secondary endpoint. Time to initiation of subsequent antineoplastic therapy, time to CRPC, time to PSA progression, rate of undetectable PSA that is less than 0.2 nanogram per ml, time to pain progression using BPI-SAF, and safety using AI using CTC-AC version 5.0. And other pre-specified endpoints were PFS2, time to SSE, skeletal event, time to deterioration of FACT total, and time to first prostate cancer-related invasive procedure. And that was open label darolutamide versus 100% crossover to open label darolutamide, and selected endpoints OS and safety. Next slide. Next slide. Yes, this is the demographic profile and clinical character baseline that were matched between the two arms. And you can see there is almost 30% patients, Asian patients were included in the study. And ECOG PS, mostly more than around 50% have ECOG PS 0. And serum metastatic and initial presentation in over 70% in both arms. And disease activity, you can see high volume disease was present in more than 70% of cases. And visceral metastasis was mostly present around 10% in the both group. And the patient prior therapy, almost only less than 20% received, 17.9% is some received prior local therapy. Next slide. So this is the country representation across the different trial. In the Aranode trial, Asia, almost 30% represent, Latin America, 29%, Europe and the rest of the world were under the 41%. While in the Embark trial, you can see Asian patients were included among the rest of the world, 23%. And in the APEC registration, you can see among the Asian countries, China and India almost contribute to the same number, 14.6 and 11.2% and 13% for the darolutamide and placebo, 14.3%. Next slide. So combination of darolutamide and ADT significantly reduced the risk of radiographic progression or death by 46% versus placebo and ADT. You can see it is 70.3% and 52.1%. And for the median, not disabled for darolutamide, and it was 25 months for the placebo arm with a hazard ratio of 0.54. And the median follow-up, darolutamide group 25.3 months, and the placebo group 25 months. Next slide. So the benefit of darolutamide with ADT on radiographic PFS was consistent across subgroups, including patients with a high and low volume disease. And all parameters, whether elderly, more than 85 years or less than 65 years, ECOG PS 0 or 1, high volume and low volume, any race, and presence of visceral metastasis or local therapy, all favor using darolutamide over placebo. Next slide. Here you can see both high and low disease patients were responding well to the darolutamide. So next slide. So it is also, this combination demonstrated a benefit across all secondary. Please back the next slide. So this combination, you can see all secondary endpoints. OS was not disabled for both in for time to MCRPC, time to PSA progression, time to pain progression, all parameters in the development median OS median ones not disabled, and this all favor development over placebo. And at the time of primary analysis, OS data were immature. Since OS is immature, patient will be followed for survival. All remaining per protocol placebo patients offered crossover to deltamide after primary analysis. Next slide. So that is combination delayed time to CRPC and time to pain progression. Time to metastatic CRPC, darolutamide and ADT, median was not reachable, while this combination of placebo and ADT 13.8 months with a hazard ratio of 0.4. Regarding time to pain progression, also this combination median was not reachable, while this placebo and ADT has a median of 29.9 months with a hazard ratio of 0.72. So delays in time to pain progression can be of high importance to patients and have not been demonstrated with other AI inhibitors to date. Next slide. And also this combination achieved a deep and durable PSA response. PSA undetectable at any time during treatment. You can see that combination development ADT 62.6% and the placebo ADT 18.5% only. And regarding time to PSA progression, for this active combination, median was not disabled, while for the placebo and ADT, median was 16.8 months with a hazard ratio of 0.31. So that means 63% of patients in the darolutamide doublet arm attain undetectable PSA, and this represents a 69% improvement in the time to PSA progression in the darolutamide arm versus ADT alone. Next slide. So similarly, a higher proportion of patients achieve undetectable PSA with darolutamide versus placebo in both high volume and low volume subgroups. In the high volume subgroup, you can see at 24, 36, 48 weeks, or at any time for the darolutamide, it was more than 50%, and it is around 15% for the placebo arm. And while for the low volume disease, at any time, you can see 82.6% for the darolutamide, and it is 25.4% for the placebo arm. Next slide. And regarding subsequent life-prolonging anti-cancer therapy, so patient who discontinued study treatment was higher in the placebo arm, 71%, as compared to darolutamide and ADT, 45.5%. And subsequent therapy was used most commonly, docetaxel, around 22.7% for the darolutamide and 28% for the placebo arm. And the second one was darolutamide, followed by enzalutamide and others. Next slide. And in the incidence of treatment emergent adverse events were similar between the treatment groups, and discontinuation were lower in the darolutamide arm. The permanent discontinuation, you can see, it was 6.1% for the darolutamide and 9% for the placebo arm. And adverse event, any event were similar with the both arm, around 90%. And you can see grade 5 adverse event were higher with the placebo, 5.4% versus 4.7% for the darolutamide and ADT. And serious adverse event were also similar in the both arm, 23.5%. And the median treatment duration was 24.2 months in the darolutamide arm versus 17.3 months in the placebo arm. And the safety profile of darolutamide in ARANOTE was independent of PSA response and consistent with the favorable tolerability first seen in ARAMIS and ARASENS trial. Next slide. So the rates of most common adverse event were low and similar between the treatment arm. And the most importantly, you can see for the use of ADT, it associated with fatigue, which is particularly troublesome. Here you can see addition of darolutamide does not increase to any fatigue. So fatigue was even lower with the darolutamide and ADT combination, 5.6% versus 8.1% for the placebo. Next slide. And the rates of adverse event commonly associated with ARPS were similar across the treatment arm. The most commonly these are hypertension, vasodilation, flushing, cardiac arrhythmia. Fatigue was almost lower with that combination of darolutamide and ADT. And other side effects like bone fracture, coronary artery disease, decreased weight, these are all comparable to the placebo arm. Next slide. And also, which was presented in ESCO 2025, darolutamide confers a positive impact on health-related quality of life. It extended median time to deterioration in fatty total score by 5.1 month versus placebo. And darolutamide is the first and only AR inhibitor to demonstrate clinically meaningful delays in pain progression and overall well-being. Here you can, the combination, you can see median 16.6 month versus placebo ADT 11.5 month. So hazard ratio at 0.76. Next slide. And this darolutamide doublet therapy demonstrate clinically meaningful delays in deterioration of, you can see important parameters like social and family well-being, functional well-being, and in the urinary symptoms domain, these are specifically improves. Next slide. So, in conclusion, darolutamide and ADT significantly improve radiographic progression-free survival in patients with metastatic hormone-sensitive prostate cancer, and it showed a benefit across all secondary endpoints. Darolutamide was associated with a deep PSA response regardless of baseline PSA, and it is the first and only ARI to demonstrate clinically meaningful delays in pain progression, overall well-being, including social family well-being, functional well-being, and in the improvement of the urinary symptoms. And it also had a favorable safety profile. So this combination, darolutamide with ADT without docetaxel, should become an additional standard of care for metastatic hormone-sensitive prostate cancer. Thank you.
Thank you very much, sir, for this detailed, wonderful presentation. So, with this, I would like to request if any question is there from the audience, the floor. I think, sir, hopefully there is no question, as I didn't get any question as of now. So, with this, I would like to thank you once again, sir, for this wonderful presentation, and looking forward to you in near future for such events. So, thank you very much, sir.
Good night.
Good
Thank
night,
you.
sir. Good night. Good night, sir.
Thank you.
Tech team, please be there for some time. Sir, you can log out. Anupam sir, you can log out now. Technical team, please be there. Hello, am I audible to you, technical team?
Yes, sir.
So, with whom I am talking now?
Akash.
Akash. Akash, can you please share your phone number, please? Stop the recording first. Okay.